All right, continue with the difference of two squares. For this video, we're going to look at some examples where there's a GCF. So remember, let's not forget to pull out the GCF, and then we're going to have the difference of two squares factoring technique. Okay, I'm going to do 6, 7, 8, and 9 on this at the bottom of the page. Okay, if I look at 6, now what's different here, I have 9 and I have 81. Now 9 goes into both of them, so I'm going to put this right here. The GCF is 9. Now I'm not going to have a variable because each of the terms have a different variable. First term has x squared, second has b squared. I'm just going to pull up the 9 first. So let's see here, 9 divided by this 9 is 1, so I just get x squared. Then I'm going to bring down the minus. Then this 81 divided by this 9 is 9, and I bring down the b squared. So I did the first step there. I factored out the GCF. But I do have a quadratic inside. This right here is a difference of two squares. Okay, 9, this is on the list, right? 3 times 3 is 9. So I'm still going to bring this 9. Now this, I'm going to have plus, I'm going to have minus. So it's a difference of two squares technique. So I ask myself, if it's x squared, that means the first term has to be x in each. And then 9, as I said, what number times itself gives me 9? It's 3. So I have minus 3. But don't forget you have b squared. b times b is b squared, so I have b, and I have b. So I did the two steps there. I factored out the GCF, and then I factored the quadratic into two binomials. So that's my answer. Okay, let's move to 7. Okay, if I look at 7, I have 121 and I have 4. You could use your calculator to see if 4 goes into 121. It doesn't. Obviously, 2 doesn't go into 121 because it's odd. This, there is no GCF. So this is kind of telling you, all right, you have a quadratic. It's the difference of two squares. This is on the list. 121 was 11 times 11, or 11 squared, and 4 is 2 times 2, or 2 squared. So when I factor this, I'm going to put a minus. I'm going to put a plus. Okay, and then let's see here. I'm going to go in the order. So 11 times 11 is 121. That's going to be the first term. Here, it's going to be 2. 2 times 2 is 4, but don't forget this x. So it's 2x in each. So 11 minus 2x, 11 plus 2x. And that's what it factors to. Okay, let's look at 8. Okay, 8, again, I asked myself, all right, is there a GCF? There is in this case. I have 2 and I have 32. Well, the biggest number that goes into each is 2. So let's do that. Let's pull out the 2. Okay, I'm going to have this minus. Let's see here. 2 divided by this 2 is 1, so just have x squared. 32 divided by this 2 is 16. So I have x squared minus 16. Then I have a quadratic on the inside because I have x squared, and then it's just two terms, so this is the difference of two squares pattern. Right? I noticed 16, 4 squared, 16. So when I factor this, I'm going to have a minus, I'm going to have a plus. And then since it's x squared, the first term is going to be x in each. And then 16, as I said, 4 squared, 16, so I have x minus 4, x plus 4. And then I'm done factoring it. And that's it. Okay, let's just do one more. Let's do number 9. Okay, number 9. All right, I look GCF. There is a GCF for this. If I have 505, well, obviously 5 goes into 500. And so let's pull out the 5. Okay, I put the minus. So let's see here. 500 divided by this 5 is 100. And don't forget the y squared. And then 5 divided by this 5 is 1. And don't forget this x squared. And then here, second step, I have, this is a quadratic because I have squares in there. And it's a difference of two squares technique. So I'm going to bring down the 5. Since it's difference of two squares, right, I'm going to have a minus and then a plus. All right, hundreds on the list. 10 times 10 is 100, so I'm going to have 10. Don't forget, since this is y squared, I have y in each. So the first term is 10y. And then since it's x squared, well, you're just going to have x in each of these. And then we're done. We can't factor it any further. All right, so that's pretty much all the different types of difference of two squares factoring technique that you will see.